Busy bumble, busy bumble, busy bumblebee. We're on. Hi, I'm Mollie Moyer, Executive Assistant for Marquis Companies.
And I'm Crystal Fender, Executive Assistant of Consonus Healthcare.
So why are we here?
Well, let's face it, these are challenging times, and as a community, we're all in this together.
So as we navigate this unknown time, we don't want to just bring you good news. We want to bring you gooder news, things you can smile and relate to.
So maybe you're a resident in a care facility,
Or a family member,
or a staff member,
or a nurse, a pharmacist, or a CNA.
whoever you are. We hope you'll join us as we look for the positive side of the challenges we're facing.
Our top story today is about communication during this time of COVID-19. With all of the restrictions in our senior care facilities, we know how difficult it has been for our residents to communicate with their family members.
Fortunately, technology like Zoom and FaceTime have helped to fill this void.
And facility staff like our activities directors, CNAs, and others have been awesome about helping set up these calls.
But we've also learned the hard way that sometimes when it comes to video conferencing technology, things can go horribly wrong.
And that's what happened recently here at the Marquis and Consonus home office. Crystal, let's set the stage.
This was one of our most important Zoom calls with nearly 150 people on the line that were customers. It was a big deal.
And that's right, about a half hour into the call, our very own CEO, Phil Fogg, thought he'd be able to sneak out while someone else was presenting. And boy, was he wrong.
Protocols for how and when a nursing facility can reopen. It's a phased-in approach according to the guidance that lags behind the community by 14 days.
To talk about what happened, we're honored to have a very special guest, Phil Fogg himself.
Welcome, Phil. I think we have one question for you. What were you thinking?
Well, you may know that rattlesnakes are indigenous to the Northwest, and unfortunately, somebody had opened the door and let the rattlesnake into the office area.
Scary.
And I was very concerned that April might get bit by the rattlesnake, so I actually went down to the floor and I grabbed that rattlesnake and I took it outside.
The sacrifice.
Got rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, Phil. Are you sure that's actually what happened?
Okay, it isn't. I was looking at the camera angle and I was thinking, I bet I can crawl behind April
Sneaky right under.
and not be seen at all. And imagine my horror when I got to the other side and I look up, I actually see Tracy Fritz literally in spasmodic tears.
No.
And I realized I had not been as stealth as I thought I was.
Thank you, Phil. That was very insightful. Because we care about you and never want you to face this embarrassment again, we decided to talk to some of our colleagues and ask them for some better ways to excuse yourself during a Zoom meeting. Phil, now after seeing those, do you think any of those methods would have been a better choice for you?
I'm certain that all of those methods would have been a better choice.
I think you're right.
Thanks, Phil. I'd say this was a real teaching moment, and we've all learned a very useful lesson today.
Well, folks, that's our report. And Crystal, this has been fun.
It really has, Molly. And during a time like this, it's important to focus on the lighter side of life, don't you think?
I do, and I couldn't agree more, Crystal. So whoever you are, especially if you're a resident or a staff member in a senior care facility, we hope to have put a smile on your face.
So just remember, there's only one thing better than good news.
Gooder news.